Hey y'all, welcome back. If you're getting big loops when you start your seam, or it looks like this, or it looks like this, there's an easy way to fix that, and I'm going to show you. Okay, tip number one is when you sit down at your machine and you're going to start a project or you're going to start a day of sewing, pull that thread all the way out and rethread it. A few weeks ago, I sat down at my Singer 4423 after not using it for a month, and I rethreaded it and I started working, and I had loops underneath my fabric and I could not figure out what it was. Turned out that I threaded the whole machine up with the pressure foot down. And if you do that, you're not separating the pressure discs. So number one thing that you want to do is you want to lift that pressure foot while you thread it up so that it goes down in between these pressure plates, and you know that it's in there really good. And by rethreading it, you might find out that you missed a little step. So like right here, I did this on purpose to show you, I missed going in this little thread guide right here. And just one simple thing like that can cause tension problems, and then underneath you're going to run into stuff like this. So tip number one, when you sit down at a machine for the day, make sure that you rethread the machine. Pull everything out and rethread it to make sure that you're getting all the little places that you need to go. Okay, tip number two is if you can grab your thread coming out of the needle with your pressure foot down, which would mean your pressure plates are closed. If you can grab your thread and pull it out like that, you don't have enough tension. So what you want to do is crank this thing down. Now one turn isn't going to do a whole lot. You know, you may have to do it 4-5 times. Okay, now it's starting to be a little bit tough to pull. So I'm going to do it again. Okay, so right now I'm pulling on this thread. It's not coming out. And if you look at my needle, it looks like it's about to pull out. It looks like I'm about to snap that thing right off. That's usually the good indicator that you've got your top thread tension good. Okay, tip number three is when you're testing your tension, you want to make sure that you're going through at least 2 layers of fabric, because the knot that gets made between the top thread and the bobbin thread needs some place to go, and you can't do that with just 1 layer of thread of fabric. And then you want to make sure that your needle thread is going in the little slot going under the foot but on top of the fabric, and then your bobbin thread, you want to make sure that's under your fabric. And then most importantly, you want to make sure that you hang on to your tails for at least the first 2 stitches. Now you don't have to wrap it around your finger and yank it. Sometimes you can just hold it down on the bottom with your thumb. Either way, but you want to hold it while you make at least 2 stitches, then you can let go. Now if you're going to back stitch, only go about 2 stitches. That's all you need. I want to show this to you. if you can see inside my bobbin case, see how loose my thread is? Look at that. You know what causes that? Bad tension when you're winding your bobbin. So that's another thing to check, is you want to make sure that you've got nice tight thread on your bobbin. And you don't want it bunched up at the bottom, you don't want it bunched up at the top, and you want it to be tight. So put your bobbin in there and cut off about 4 inches. Install your bobbin. Raise the foot. Grab your bottom thread. There you go. Now you want to make sure that your thread coming out of the needle is going under the foot. Now when you put your fabric in there, make sure that you're going in between those two threads. Make sure your thread coming out of the needle is going under the foot and coming out, and then your bobbin thread is coming out. Hold on to your thread and let her rip. And after about 2 stitches, you can let go. Now, if you're going to reverse, don't reverse halfway up. You only need to back up maybe two stitches. Is really all you need. Well, let's see how this looks. There you go. That's the bottom. That looks really good. And there's the top. That looks really good. Okay, so to sum it all up, when you sit down at your machine, pull the thread out and rethread it. Make sure that you didn't miss anything. When you go through the take-up lever, make sure that this one under this little L-shaped piece, make sure that didn't slip out. Make sure it didn't slip out of your spring. Make sure you hit all of your little loops that you're supposed to. Make sure that you go through this little tiny hole in the needle bar, and then pull your thread. Make sure that when you put your thread in there that you're going in between the threads, and that your top thread is coming through the foot and coming out, and that your bottom thread is coming out. Put your finger down on it, hold it for 2 stitches, and you can let go. All right, well, I hope that helped you out. One of the things that I know that causes the most problem is not holding on to your thread when you start. I do the same thing. Sometimes I forget and I wind up with a big old wad of thread that's going down into the hole, and I gotta, back the needle up like that while I pull it out. Gotta get in there and snip it and pull out little pieces. And if you have to do that, make sure you pull out your bobbin and make sure that you look in there to make sure that there's not any loose threads in there and that you've got it all out. So I hope that helped you out. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.